I mean, maybe I'm just like an extreme
Right.
radical leftist or something, but like, what is the problem with not liking white people? Where is that? And that's me genuinely asking: is there really actually a problem with that?
Mm,
I mean, when it comes down to dating, I prefer to date within mine, but I'm not. It's like when I say that, I don't exclude them. Like I must prefer it for like more so different reasons than everybody else.
I mean, as a white person, I feel less comfortable around. There's an automatic guard that gets put up because, I mean, being a white person, when you talk to other white people, the amount of times people just automatically assume that I too would be racist is alarming. So like, I just have a natural instinct to like not really feel safe around other white people, and I don't know. I feel like that could cause anyone. If I, as a white person, feel that way, I can't imagine how other groups of people feel. So like, couldn't really blame anyone for not liking us.
do you consider yourself an ally, Jade?
Um, I mean, I don't really. I guess. I mean, I just
You're not a bystander, basically.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess I would consider myself an ally.
And another reason that you would feel like you're separate from that community that most people would group you into is because also you align. Do you align yourself with the LGBT community?
I'm transgender. And I'm
Okay, well
also
then
like
definitely, like you have a valid reason.
I'm also Mexican American, but I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
I'm
what I was just
functionally
about
I'm
to say.
white.
If white people only want to date within their race, I say do it because that's already a red flag. If you only want to date inside your race, please do it and stay there because I'm not trying to get involved with no triple K or some SKIN top. Like I'm no. If you want,
Can we?
Look,
Hey,
What?
hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Can we?
What are we talking about?
who let him back up?
Bitch.
I let him back up. Hold on. What do you do? Yo, stop. Stop.
And every time
he
you
just
bring
came
it
up
back
here to
I
up,
talk
want to
shit
ask
on
why
you.
it keeps dropping.
He just comes up here to talk shit. He comments on like all my videos.
What
Yeah, he
is?
just sorry.
What is happening right now?
power napping.
Yeah, no, some dude just comes up here just to comment on all my videos and then sit up here and said I'm appropriating Asian and white culture because of my PFP.
And then he said that they, so sorry. He said that they don't like white people, and that was what my question was. Is like, is there actually a problem with not really liking?
No, they said that I hated that. I said I hated white people. I hated white people for some weird reason.
Okay. Okay. Jade. The reason I had initially given you the side eye was not because whatever cartoon said. Ignore whatever cartoon said because I don't know what cartoon was saying. It had nothing to do with my side eye. The reason I was side eyeing is because we've had conversations, like with white people about why they only date like black people, and then they'll be like, "Oh, because I don't like white people." And at first, some of your reasons sounded kind of like, again, like, but then you explained how the fact that you are the LGBTQ, well, actually, at first, cartoon was not going where I was going, but then they ended up accidentally bringing something up that I was like reminded of, which basically because you are the LGBT QIA plus community and you identify as trans, as a trans person, then you know white supremacy disenfranchises you. You were discriminated against. You face things because of white supremacy. So therefore, white people are of course in it. So that was like, okay, I get that. I can understand that.
And I mean,
But
it's
other
also,
reasons,
sorry.
I mean, like, but at the same time, at the same time, because other people have given other extremely traumatic stories that women face with men, and they will say that is why. And we have to remind people that regardless of their trauma, that's no reason to fetishize a group of people.
No, I never excuse fetishization. Also, my partner is a white man, both of them actually. That doesn't really, for me, play much of a role in who and what I'm dating. It causes some issues with my partner. Like sometimes there's just things that like, there's just some things that he and I, while he'll agree with me, I just know that he'll never understand. He'll never really fully grasp. And so like there's just some things that I just struggle to talk with him about, but that's not really the point. That was never anything that I was saying. My thing was more so that like if I socially as a
Like there's pros and cons, but you're not like completely opposed to the idea.
No, I'm not opposed to the idea of dating really any type of
Okay,
person.
so I would say this. Because you weren't saying things like, oh, because people of color, they're just so like, they just have so much flavor and so much spice and so much
It's not
flair.
Jeffree
Like
Star.
you weren't. Cartoon, I'm about to drop you from this panel. I'm so being so for real. I haven't slept. No. Jade, hold on. Cartoon, I haven't slept in over 24 hours. Do not piss me off. I swear to God. Anyway, as I was saying, Jade. God damn it. I forgot my point, and it's Cartoon's fault, so I'm taking it out on Cartoon. What was the last thing I said?
The basic fetishization saying like they have different spices and shit.
Oh yeah, and then but instead it's like in the ways that white supremacy affects you in society as somebody of a minority group because of how you identify. It's like, you know that the people that benefit from white supremacy can cause harm to you. It's a very complex, this is a math equation. I don't have the brains.
If I could just clarify what I was.
Well, I'm just saying with intersectionalities included into the equation. It's possible it's very possible to teeter on that line, is what I'm saying.
Well,
and also let me not forget, because I don't talk about this topic often because I'm still like, grasping a full understanding. So I'm trying to remember with very little sleep, all the things I can remember about the subject. But basically, if you only date of a certain demographic, only that is outside of your own demographic, then that is extremely fetishization and racism. As a white person, which I don't know your race, but I'm not gonna get into that at this very moment. But I'm so tired. Oh my God.
Go to bed. It's time to go to bed.
Good night.
Good night. Probably is.
Good night, Sarah.
My whole brain just went kaput.
To conclude my thought and to clarify on that, whenever I said not like white people, I wasn't even thinking romantically, because that wasn't really what my mind thought was. I was thinking more of like just socially and in general, like just feeling a general discomfort. And I was saying that if I myself feel discomfort around people who look like me, then I couldn't imagine how other people would feel. So I'm never going to criticize BIPOC for not liking white people or for not wanting to be around white people, because that is an understandable response. And to even go further on that, that only describes the emotion I feel when interacting with people I interact on a daily basis. I can understand that while I have never been welcome at the table of the white world, I still cause just by existing, I am an oppressive force. Just by being present, I am a dangerous person to any type of movement simply because of the color of my skin. That is just because we live in a world that is slated towards benefiting and protecting me. So like, but that's the thing, you can hold two thoughts at once. Like they can exist. And it doesn't incentivize who I date. Both of my partners are.
I can't hold a single thought right now, Jade. Don't tell me I can hold two at once. Don't tell me that. Cause I might just try to do it. And you don't want to see me try to do that right now. In this state, I'm sorry, Jade.
Oh my God, go to bed. Oh my God, 48 hours.
Sorry.
Do we all have to drop in order for you to be convinced to sleep?
No.
No. It's time for you to go to bed. Good night.
Oh my God. I don't know what to do with myself right now. I want to throw myself at my bed, and I also.
It's time. Take you at this point. You don't even need melatonin. Just close your eyes.
Sarah, if you just don't lay your head down somewhere, lay on the floor if you got to at this point. Just close your eyes. Just drift off. Just close your eyes.
Oh my God, girl.
But
I
anyway,
appreciate the gifts. I appreciate everybody's support of my platform. I pull these all-nighters because I believe in what Tony Hawk said back in the early 2000s. Yeah, buddy.
That went over my head. What did Tony Hawk say?
Never mind. He said sleep is for the weak, and I believe that.
Well, this ain't applying to you right now because you know.
Absolutely not.
anyway, it was lovely to meet everyone. I'm gonna head out. Bye, you guys.
Bye, Jane. Yeah, I'm gonna head out. Thank you for having me up here, Sarah. Go to bed.
Not y'all bringing the end little poll out. Y'all ain't gonna start telling me when to get off live. Be like, thank you for coming. Bye.
But yeah, I'm gonna head out. Bye, Sarah. Thank you for having me up here. But
Bye.
yeah.
You're not weak. Listen. Who? I swear. Hold on, because that was the sweetest thing I've seen all week. Right? But why did it come from somebody with the username trash? God likes to play in my face. I swear to God. God likes to play jokes. Oh,
Sarah, it was
trash.
I was about to say that definitely said
Yeah.
trash. I was like, where you see trash at? She's so tired. Her vision blurry. She can't.
Don't ask me how many fingers you're holding up right now, because I don't know. I don't know how many fingers you're holding up. Don't ask me. Who's asking? Not me.
What hour is this that you on? You said 25.
I need to take this background down before people think.
Well, people think what?
I don't know. They think they got my Cash App in my mouth. That sounds like. See, y'all can't see me chewing my gum since it makes you so upset at the fact that I decided his cam not on. Who's cam? I bet y'all are just scrolling in, just wondering what the heck is going on. I don't know either. No oil. I haven't slept. It's been 25 hours and 45 minutes
Sarah,
since
this
me
is
and my
Ollie.
bed have spoken.
This is
Since
Ollie.
Oil.
Said oil.
I was just,
I was gonna correct you, but it was just too funny. It was just too funny. He said oil.
I swear. I would just have a live of me reading people's usernames.
I was gonna let it go, but I was just like, I can't let it go. I was trying to let it go. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I would start reading people's usernames.
At this point, let's just start reading people's usernames. I want to see what you call these people.
Hold on. Hold on, because Tash. Listen, Tash, I'm so and always.
I gotta just change my name to oil now. At this point.
So sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't pronounce your name right.
Sarah
Okay, hold
mispronouncing
on.
everybody's names. That's what you missed, Rose.
Hold on. There's no new usernames that I'm seeing, so and I know how to say everybody else's username. Maybe I'll go through the. I'm just doing too much. Okay. Ow! I just bit my tongue.
Oh my God.
For the second time today.
Look at Nikki trying to convince you.
Ow. Nikki, Soul, Jess, King, M Million. Oh, well, I can't look, because if you guys don't know what I'm looking at, it's not gonna make any sense, because it could sound like I'm pronouncing it just right. I'm like, I say something like, I gotta think of it could be like Target, and it's
Great,
like
now
it's
my thing is
Target.
messing up.
Oh, not Hakeem leaving. He said, I ain't finna stick around for you to lose and watch you lose your mind. I ain't finna stick around and watch you lose your mind. Oh, he back.
That's a lie. I am going to stick around and watch you spiral, but I had a call, so it messed up. I had an echo, so yeah.
I ain't gonna stick around and watch you lose your mind.
I am going to sit here and watch it.
Sleepy time is crazy.
Why does she keep changing her background for sleep stuff? Seatbelts.
I feel like a child. I'm going to sleep in the middle of the day. It's the morning. I should be going for a jog.
Afternoon, actually. Is that a real thing? What
Time
is
is
that?
crazy, Charles. Don't you ever come at me with those words again. Don't you ever look at me with those words again.
Sleepy time, celestial sleep. I have never seen that. Is that a real
Call
thing?
it the subliminals is very
Hilarious.
I can't even think of words right now. It's like it's like on the tip of my tongue. I guess after I bit my tongue, I bit off the tip of my tongue. So I wouldn't know.
Did you say you about to go jogging?
You heard me say I bit off the tip of my tongue, and you went back to the.
Well, no, because I heard that, but then I seen Tash put. I don't think jogging.
Hakeem, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait about 20 minutes for the rest of what I just said to catch up.
No, I heard what you said, but then I read Tash's comment right after you said that. So I'm like, you ain't you about to go jogging?
I'm gonna wait for it to catch up with you, because clearly
I'm not tired.
I thought I was tired.
Just saying, if
I
Sarah
feel
went
like
for
I'm
a
gonna
jog
be.
right now, this is how it would wind up happening. If you went for a jog right now, this is what would
Quit changing your
That's what I
background.
be feeling like. That's what I be feeling like, low-key. And I don't even be jogging. I just be walking. My legs, my back, everything be hurting. I'd be like, oh my God. But you know what? At the end of it, I look down at my phone and I see I've achieved walking 10 miles. And you know, you know how high it is to Mount Everest. You know how many miles to the peak of it?
Excuse me. Wait, what? How do we get on Mount Everest?
Do you know how many miles it takes to get to Everest? Because I walked 10 miles yesterday. And do you know how many miles it takes to hike up to the peak of Mount Everest?
Pretty sure it's more than 10.
It is, but still.
I'm like, are you making a comparison? Or are you?
I'm just saying, every day I bite a little piece out of the elephant in the room, and I conquer the mountain one monster at a time.
Somebody send help.
Oh no.
By the piece of Everest.
No. Nicole, what is that?
I'm trying to see what her name is blocking the words, so I can't see it. All I see is vodka.
You don't remember that video, 2 shots of vodka?
Wait.
Oh, that's what that is.
Everest is only 5.5. I walked Everest twice. Hakeem. I'm gonna need
Everest
you
is
to.
only what?
I'm gonna need you to humble yourself. I'm gonna need you to. I feel like that's not accurate, but like.
I don't. What? 5.5. What? I don't think that's correct. Now you about to go around saying Everest only 5.5 miles.
In my soul, that doesn't feel correct. Because ain't no way there's people that unalived on Everest.
Right, off of 5.5 miles. What are we talking about?
Ain't no way people ain't able to get their family members back. Charles, please, whatever site you looked on, please double check it. Please,
Wonder.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
So that's trifling.
Stop, Sarah. Oh my God. I'm about to listen. This is dark humor because I'm tired. Ain't no way you stub your toe and you can't walk 5 miles back to camp. I don't believe.
Nicole, change your background one more time. Why do you keep changing her background?
I'm a horrible person. I'm so sorry. That was a really insensitive joke.
What? Everest?
11 miles up, 5.5. Charles.
I'm not believing him.
I said walk up to the peak of Everest. You should have told me what it was vertically instead of horizontally.
Did not mean to do that. Sorry.
I know it's time to go. It's time to go. Bye.
My Afro beats is about to start playing. I was on my other phone trying to do this research on Everest. Distance.
For me.
Shooting. The gifters like grab.
Wonder.
What's up? I was talking about the in Nashville.
Yeah.
All right.
And now you're okay.
Try not to be over.
At 3 years of age, named Kayla.
You.
Everybody should love me. Everybody should love me. Everybody should love my motherfucking ass. Nobody should be mad for how I talk. Well, then that's not true because everybody say, "Oh, you rude, you this, and you that, you that." Then if that's the case, then every black person in the South should love my motherfucking ass. Then they should have no problems. They should have no problems. They should have no problems with my attitude. They should love my attitude because they've been around many people like me and worse than me.
Look, Tamar Molly McButter, and she from New Jersey. That's what I'm saying.
Tamar fooling y'all with the nice nasty. That's what
Tamar is
doing.
fake. That's why I say she fake.
That's why I say everybody ain't the same. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's bullshit.
No, she's fooling y'all with the nice nasty.
I said Tamar is fake as fuck. I said that.
Why is Tamar got y'all food?
No, and Tamar laughing about that right now. She ain't even sensitive.
She is in the comments. She
about
admitted it.
I guarantee it.
She
That's the
admitted it in
difference.
the comments earlier.
That's the difference.
But the thing is, all I'm saying is that statement. It's never gonna change. It's a woman-dominated field, so it's always gonna be that way. So it's not a fit. That's why I'm saying it's not a fit.
He's like Nick said, he was speaking on his experience. But anyway, we got to go to the lady that came into the room before we started talking about this. She has something to say. I want to hear what she has to say.
Hi
Hello.
everybody. I think this customer service issue goes way deeper than that. It starts at the hiring process, because what a lot of companies do is that they just hire anybody. If you are not a naturally energetic person or you love people, right? I've been in HR. Why would you want to put somebody in the front of your business that does not give you the sense that they love people, I've had a customer service. I went to Popeyes, right? And this guy, he was so nice. So nice. He came to the car, he brought my food, and women too. But he came to the car, brought my food, and I was going through my dad's death. And I just sat in my car and I just sat there and cried because he was so nice to me. And he just stood there and he was like, he probably was looking at me like, okay, this woman is just bawling her eyes out. Like, why is she crying? But he made me feel good. And then I had an experience in Subway where it was a female and she was making my sandwich and her energy was off. And I said to her, can you get somebody else to make my sandwich, please? I said, your energy is all the way off, because she was throwing the stuff on the sandwich and I was like, no. So it boils down to having an attitude, whether it's male, whether it's female. A lot of people, a lot of Black owners, we already have enough to deal with going into Caucasian spaces, and they thinking we're going to steal something. They're thinking we're going to be loud. They're thinking we're going to be this, we're going to be that. We already have enough to deal with on that side of
spaces. That's funny. I don't like that, because when you go into Caucasian spaces, you sound like you don't belong in the damn space.
No.
I'm
saying in terms of the ownership.
If you're gonna say Caucasian spaces, then you might as well just put yourself under a rock if you're gonna do that.
No, okay. Let me
don't have
word it.
that mindset that you're in a Caucasian
Let
space.
me word it differently.
Yeah,
then.
because that right there, I take that as offensive because it makes me feel like you don't belong in spaces where white people belong.
No,
That don't
not
make no
Caucasian
sense.
space. I'm sorry. My bad. Wrong wording. When I say Caucasian spaces, I mean the ownership is white and predominantly there are, white workers. So we're already looked at as, when we come into the shop, I'm talking not restaurant, I'm talking about a shop or a jewelry store or whatever. We already looked at as a certain way. So I'm saying we already have enough to deal with on that side of the spectrum.
The jewelry stops and the gas stations, they ain't owned by white people.
No, I'm talking about
jewelry shops aren't owned by white people.
I'm talking about a specific experience, how we are looked at as Black people.
I think you'll give white people too much credit in the U.S. A lot of these shits, some of this space is owned by China.
I am not.
Hold on. Some of this space is owned by China. Some of this space is owned by Middle Eastern people.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not just saying white. I'm saying Indian. I'm saying Chinese because I'm not American.
But they're not white though. So
I'm not American.
But
no. You're taking it. You're taking it literally.
Hold on, ma'am. Let's correct some things here. Like, we're not going to spread that nonsense to our Black people. We won't do that.
But
not
that's
in this
the
state.
Experience.
Listen, ma'am. I'm going into. Ma'am, you gotta stop talking right now. And I don't need to raise my voice in my house to talk to you. See, I'm a Black woman trying to talk to you, and I don't know what ethnic group you are, but we will not spread that damn bullshit in my life.
That is not bullshit.
No Black person,
that is
ma'am,
factual.
you're still talking, and that's the problem right there.
She the host. Mute your mic.
We are not going to spread that foolishness in my life to my Black people. My Black people can be in any damn space. What the hell you talking about?
Right.
Not telling them.
That's right.
You can be in any space.
Can be in spaces. I'm just saying we already have enough to deal with.
Space. They can be in any damn space.
Oh my gosh.
They can be in any space. So you won't say
no,
that here, ma'am.
You're
ma'am,
taking
see,
it
right
the
now,
wrong
you're not
way.
respecting my space.
You're
not respecting my space.
You're taking it the wrong way.
You're not respecting my space.
You're taking it the wrong way. I'm sorry. I apologize.
And you see, you're a Black woman. You ain't respecting my space. We will not tell my Black people in this space that they don't belong in a white space. Exactly. We don't talk like that.
Why would she even say that? That just pissed me off. Why would you say that? We don't belong in white people's spaces, so we gotta act as girl.
First of all, I spent a lot of time in school trying to learn how to communicate in a way that I can be anywhere I want to be and still be able to influence whoever I need to influence.
To work in white spaces? What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know what the ham sandwich she talking about.
She's not Black. By the way she was talking.
That's some. It ain't no place I can go that I can't. And there's no place that I can go that I can't talk to anybody, that I can't be on the same intellectual level. And I've had to be in different social settings all the time.
She just pissed me off because why would you say that?
You don't call it fake. You can call it fake or whatever. I know how to blend myself in any space I need to be in to get whatever I need to get from you. So if I need you to get money over here for this over here, then that's what I'm gonna do. Don't tell me I can't be in those spice spaces. Come on now, that's some bull squad. That's some bull.
Y'all loud. Y'all Black people loud.
About the U.S., a lot of stuff in the U.S. isn't even owned by white people. Some things are owned by white people. Most of it is owned by Middle Easterners and other immigrants in this country. So what are you talking about? So Black people can go where the hell they want.
I can go wherever the hell I want to go.
Exactly. No struggle there. You just have to strive to compete.
Can I say something? Well, first of all, good morning on this election day. I hope we voted today. What's up? What's going on, man? What's going on? I'm not talking for her, but what I think she's trying to say is,
you are talking for her when you think what she's trying to say.
Well,
when you're trying to become a mind reader for somebody else, then that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to be a mind reader for someone else, and I don't allow that either.
I understand that.
You can't speak for other people.
But I'm gonna speak for me. I've been in different settings with Caucasian people and been looked at differently.
Hey, y'all can't go after Officer K.
Huh?
I'm talking to people. Don't go after Officer K. Y'all can't go after Officer K. Don't do that.
I've been in different settings.
Hold on. I gotta correct something in my chat. Wait, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Do not go, because I just got a text from my mind. Don't y'all go after Officer K. Y'all can't do that.
Do we need to block? Who is Static? Why she even went out the
Static is a troll. Static trolls all the time. Static chill.
Shut up.
Chill, Static.
Yeah, chill out, Static.
Go ahead.
All right, so I've been in a setting where it was dominant Caucasian people, restaurant, and I was waiting for the bus, and I had to use the bathroom. And you know, me as a educated black man, I said I need to go to the bathroom, but I noticed it's dominated. But I didn't think about the race part of it. So when I walked in a restaurant, I said to the waiter or whatever who was at the front of the door, I said, "Miss, can I use the bathroom?" And she looked around and said, "Sure." So now I gotta go through all these tables to get to the bathroom. And they looking at me, I'm looking at them, but I'm not looking at their plate. Because they look for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you're looking at a plate, you're a black guy. No, I was educated to the point where I know how to walk in and walk out and say thank you. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, they look at you different when you come back. Because you wasn't ratchet, you wasn't ghetto.
You can make you woke.
You wasn't ghetto, you wasn't ratchet. So when you come back, they greet you like, "Hey, how you doing? What's up?" You know, even though we know you African American, but let's keep it 100. We do know that racism.
Where y'all be going, man? Where y'all be going, bro?
I live in New York City.
Oh my God, stop playing, man. You cannot say that living in New York City.
Huh?
What the hell?
I live in Brooklyn, yeah. And
say like, oh, you had to go through it.
Well, let me say this.
It's all ethnic groups of people, all ethnic groups of food in New York. You need to cut it out and stop the cap.
But at that particular time, I had to go to that bathroom.
You need to stop playing.
What I'm saying is,
it probably was a damn Italian restaurant you went into.
I love Italian food. I love Italian food. Call my spot.
I know it's probably a few.
You know, but yeah, you know, I will say this, and I love my black people to life, but a few bad ones can make everybody else look bad. You know what I'm saying to you? So we have to carry ourselves in a way where people look at us different. I don't care what race you are, whatever. We have to carry ourselves to the point where we get that respect. That's what I want to say.
Hold on. Let me say this right quick. The way I've been hearing these people coming up here talking from up north, you're acting that you're walking through Jim Crow era. I've been through that. Come on now, y'all. Tighten up. You can go anywhere, and do it with boldness. All that crap.
You gotta have boldness. Exactly.
Let me say,
have to.
That's what I'm saying. We're not in at slavery days. Or like we can go. I mean, I done been in some of the whitest of white places. I mean, I used to RV. It was all mostly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but see, we have. And see, here's the thing.
We can go anywhere. Like y'all, I don't understand this whole. I don't get
like black people still set back like they have to come through the back door or something.
No,
in New York. Are you still in New York?
When y'all talk like that?
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn. Yes, I'm in Brooklyn.
You need to cut it out. You need to cut it out.
We do know that racism still exists. We know that. It ain't going nowhere.
Racism still exists, but that's not holding you back from getting anywhere you want. It's not holding you back because
she said that we put words in her mouth.
It's not holding you back to get 6 figures unless you commit a crime and then hold you back. But outside of that, nothing holding you back to be successful as an individual.
Yeah.
I will say,
I felt out of place, but I felt different. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm around all these people, you know, so I know I carry myself a certain way because these people is top notch. And I mean, it's like, you know, like no regular restaurant. These like, you know, executives and bosses and CEOs.
You uncomfortable being around white people.
Walk up in there with confidence and boldness. Like,
so when you go
uncomfortable being around white people.
You
just sound like you're uncomfortable being around white people.
No, I'm not uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're uncomfortable being in a space mostly white and less black. Just say that.
No. I had
Yes,
on
you
jeans.
are.
I just came from work, right? I work for the city. So I had on jeans and boots and stuff. And I know I shouldn't walk into a setting where people got on suits and nightgowns, not nightgowns, but like evening gowns, stuff like that, right? It's like being on the train and a homeless guy come your way and you dress nice. You're going to move, right? So I understand that and I respect that to the point I got to use the bathroom and I'm going up in here with these dirty boots on, these pants on, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, they're going to look at me crazy. You know, and they didn't say nothing. You know,
this is the one thing I want to speak to know myself. You said I'm 6-figure household and I'm aware of a systemic racism. You know what? Most people who really make 6 figures, they don't even think like systemic racism because they are affiliated in a social group of people who are mostly non-Black people. That's even take our Black neurosurgeons. They're not around a host of Black ones because it's not that many Black ones. They don't have that mindset that you're talking. Most 6-figure people don't have that mindset. They don't, because just like our rappers who making millions right now, like Lil Wayne, his fan base is not Black. It's mostly white. Travis Scott, fan base is mostly white. You think these rappers that's making that money, Kendrick Lamar and all of them, you think they think about some systemic racism, all that shit right now? Because you want me to tell you who's not supporting them in their music? It ain't Black people, it's white people. So how y'all talking like, oh, I make 6-figure household? Where the hell you make 6 figures at that you still got that same mindset? Once you go to another income bracket, you're around a different network group of people. Even your NFL players and your NBA players don't even think like that. So why you full of it?
I say something because I agree with you, host. I agree with you 100%. Because growing up, I grew up in a white environment, like private schools. Like I grew up with white people. So when I got older and like started being around different groups of people, I was always told, oh, you're not like, and this is my experience, and I'm not being disrespectful or anything, I promise you. This is my experience. I was told by a Black person who is brown skinned, I am too light to be in their friend group. I went into another setting, and this is why. Yeah, I was already told you're not good. You're Black, but you're light skinned, so you're not like you're with the mixed kids. So I never felt accepted in the Black community. I always felt accepted by white people. Oh, I was always accepted by white people. So I was going with the white people. So I was like, okay, so mentally, I'm not really Black. I'm white because I try to go into Black settings. I keep getting disrespected. When I go into white settings, I'm being respected. It's all about perspective. Perceptive. Yeah, sorry. I got my braces off. So, I've always, when I go into restaurants, I have a mindset mentally how I'm about to dress, how I'm about to look when I'm going out. It's like a mindset for me because it's like, okay, I'm always afraid of being judged and it's like I'm always getting judged for the things that I do and for the way I talk. I was always told by my cousin, she's like, you talk white because I use words, because I speak properly, because I don't really cuss when I'm talking. So it's like when I go into a restaurant and sit down, I want the experience. I want to be able to just relax and wind down and not have to worry about people looking over my shoulder thinking I'm about to steal or something. That's just my experience. I hope I didn't make anyone feel uncomfortable. If I did, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's just my experience from that being. And like you said, host, I agree. I feel like Black people really need to get out of that mindset of like, we can't be in these settings if we look a type of way. We just got to be ourselves. So I agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah.
Let me say something real quick. I can agree on what she's saying because I have a son. He's 8 years old now. And my son, when he was born, I looked at my wife like, who is this kid? He is very high yellow. Back in the days, it was considered white. So if you know anything about, I ain't playing the race card, but if you know anything about Long Island, the deep parts of Long Island, there's a lot of racist people out there that's white. And me and my wife took him to Walmart. And we walked down the aisles, whatever. and this old Caucasian lady came to him and said, "Oh my God, you are so beautiful." I looked at my wife when she walked through. I said, "You know what that was about, right?" She said, "Yeah, I know." Because they were considered white. That lady didn't say nothing to us like, "How you doing, parents? How the father?" She went straight to him and said, "Oh my God," and walked away. I said, "You know what that was about, right?" She said, "Yeah, I know." Yeah, so that's crazy. So yeah.
You know, when you around people who think about racism all the time, that's all you look for is racism.
No, that
Even
what
your
happened.
perspective on views could be viewed as racism. You know, when I was in the same environment that of black people, they always like talk like that and shit. You think just like the same people. It's like that mob mentality, and everything you see everything racist. But sometimes you can misinterpret things as racist when it's not even racist. But once you remove yourself around that same mentality mindset and you start getting to know people, sometimes it's just people just will judge you based on your behavior and you don't even realize it's just based on your behavior and how you act and how you view.
Yeah, true. But we knew where we was at. We knew where we was going. And I said, "You do know what's around here, right?" She said, "Yeah, but I need to go here and get some stuff." I said, "Let's go."
Around racist people?
And that took place. That was pure racism. We knew that already.
Racist people.
They was on the news for many times for
Ask you a question.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
hang around racist people?
Say it again.
Do you hang around racist people?
No, I don't. And if they is, they hide it. If they are, they hide it.
Okay, then why when you walk outside your door, why you view everything as racist?
I don't view everything as racist. It's called energy. When you bring me the wrong energy, I can pick it up.
But you understand that sometimes you misinterpret the energy wrong.
When you walk down the street, you say, "How you doing?" You shake their hand, they put a hand from you. What that right there consists of?
If I was living in New York right now, if I was living in New York right now, if I was walking the streets of New York, I wouldn't put my hand out to none of you either. Because what I see on CCTV cameras, all those motherfuckers getting robbed in daylight, in the bodegas and all that shit, I wouldn't put my hand out to you either.
Everybody not like that. You know what I mean? I mean, if I'm dressing with a nice suit on and gaiters on, which I do wear sometimes, and I walk up to one of them and I say, "How you doing?" You talking? And I shake. They pull their hand real bad. I'm like, "Wow, okay." So different things set off different. Like, okay, this person right here, you know, yeah, I see what you're about. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the energy. You know what I'm saying? So I could walk into a white setting. And I'll give you an instance. I'll give you for instance, right? I went to this pizza shop, and it's dominated white people, right? And I said,
First of all, if you in New York and if it's a pizza shop, it's most likely going to be Italians and not white people.
Well, yeah, Italians. So I walked up in there. Facts. They could be racist too. I walked up in there, and the guy was like, "Well, the bathroom is the bathroom is broke, whatever." And then his boss came out. I was like, "Nah, it ain't broke. We fixed it." I said, "All right, cool." So I went and used the bathroom, washed my hand, came out. And I heard this song. They looked at me all crazy. And this song came on. I don't know if y'all know it, right? It's called Whip It Good. I'm listening to it.
Okay, Whip It Good. Yeah,
I'm singing the song. I'm singing along with the song.
What about the goddamn song? What are you going to say racist about the damn song?
The song ain't racist. It ain't racist. When I was singing the song, they was like, "Yo, man, come back. Come visit sometimes." They changed their whole perspective about me.
The song with it, are you taking it as racist?
No, what I'm saying to you is, when I walked in, they looked at me a certain way. When I started singing along with that song, they was like, "You know that song? That's crazy." Like,
you know, there was Italians were slaves too once upon a time, right? Did you know that?
Excuse me?
You knew Italians were slaves too once upon a time, right?
Yes, I know.
So and you know that
I don't know if they thought I was racist.
Consider Italians white, right? Especially in New York.
We consider them white. Yes,
like Benhurst, isn't that where a lot of Italians live in Benhurst?
Benhurst, yeah, you can say that.
Okay, so now the Italians now have to share their space with the Asian people, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so they having problems with dealing with the Asians because the Asians don't treat them the same way. But once upon a time, white people didn't even treat Italians the same way.
At the end of the day, if you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. That's what it is. I don't play the race card. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you.
Hey, Nick, I think I know what's going on here. I believe that a lot of people are nervous around. I think a lot of people are nervous around white people.
I think so too. I think so too. If you're used to living
for what reason?
With black, if you used to living with black people, only black people, then you have to leave that environment and work around predominantly white people. Yeah, you are uncomfortable and you're going to see things differently. So sometimes you like, well, why I'm the only black person?
Y'all never been in New York City, lived in New York City? I need to come in for a month. And go to Times Square.
Sir,
I
don't need to be in.
Go to Times Square and go to 42nd Street. They act like they own that street. They walk into you, they bump into you, they don't turn around and say sorry.
So that's just the culture. What's the big deal about that?
It's always been like that for New York. What are you talking about?
If you don't like it, then move. Like that's just the way it goes out there.
Are you really from New York? There's no way where you from New York and not understand that how you move and walk in those sidewalks in New York. There's no way.
But if somebody walk down the street and you walk in, they just bump right into you and turn around.
That's just
New York. That's what you get. That's what happens. Everybody, if you're gonna go to New York, that's exactly what you're gonna get.
Edward, we making this whole
I'm not
conversation
talking about rushing you a little bit. I'm talking about like bumping you real hard and don't turn around and say sorry.
Numbers are up. Remember?
Hey, let me say, I got you.
It's disrespectful with it. And that's the problem.
Can I get a word?
Even on the train, they walk by you on the train, bump you real hard. They don't turn around and say sorry. Then I have to be like, yo, you just bumped me. Oh, I'm sorry. Like I gotta do that. Get sorry out of you. Nah, this is what New York is
not
about.
from New York.
Hey, hold on. Hey, I don't understand this. Look, I'm in the South.
It's crazy.
I'm in the South. Hey, hold on, Edward. I'm in the South. And we don't walk outside in fear of white people. Like, I don't understand why you are up north and you got this thing where you scared to walk outside around. It don't make sense. If we ain't doing it in the South, it don't make sense to do it in the north.
New York.
I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant.
You are not from New York.
I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn.
You are not from New York.
Okay.
I'm from East Orange, New Jersey, and we have the same thing downtown in Newark too. When you walk around and everything, and everybody, it's close quarters. They got wide sidewalks, but everybody is populated. So when it's populated, that's what you expect. You gonna expect? Excuse me, every 2 seconds. It's just the way of life. It's just the way of life in New York.
I agree with that. Down south. I'm in a town right now, predominantly white. There's only 3 black families in this whole town. They're one of the most whitest towns in California.
So I don't know. That's a cap. Whoever's talking about New York City, because black people run the New York City. There's no such thing bumping. That's how we roll here. In the morning, instead of saying good morning, we like F you. We don't say good morning. We be like F you. That's how it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Who wants to get up in the morning in the cold and walking down the street? Walking down the street catching trains.
That has nothing to do with color at all. You better look at YouTube and type in New York City so you could know how it rolls. We don't do that. None of that stuff. I'm from New York City.
You from New York
City, NYC. Yep.
All right. They say I'm not from New York. I'm gonna call out some areas. If I'm right, you say I'm right. Brownsville, East New York, Bedford-Stuyvesant, Canarsie. Is that Brooklyn?
That's Brooklyn.
That's where I'm at.
Okay.
So what is your issue?
So what's the deal? So what's the issue? So and all those areas, they got Haitians, Jamaican, Italian, Jewish, Chinese. Everyone has their section. So what's your point?
Listen. I'm not afraid.
Every ethnic group is in New York. What are you talking about?
Yes. So you from New York? Are you familiar with DCAS?
Sir, what are you getting at?
That's in Bushwick.
My boy just woke up out of a coma. He been for 40 years.
DCAP is in Bushwick, and it goes all the way to Bed-Stuy.
I'm talking about the city job with DCAS, DCAS, New York City DCAS, Department of Administration. That's 1 Center Street out there, Manhattan, Chambers Street.
Yeah, okay, Wall Street area.
Yeah, I work with them, and they cool. I don't got a problem with them. I'm not afraid of white people.
You work with who?
I work for DCAS. I do custodian.
All right, so what? There's white people all over the place, all over the freaking world. What are you talking about? Like, I don't get it. They're going to be white people. There's a lot of Jewish people in New York City, and there's a lot of Palestinians in New York City as well. There's a lot of blacks, Hispanic, Italian. You got it all, and we all have a little section where we all belong.
So you from New York City? Keep it real. You know New York City is ratchet up shit.
You can tell his voice he from New York City.
I'm from New York
you
City.
can definitely
So what's
tell
your
that
point?
you're from New York. What are you talking
My point
about?
is, if you from New York City and you be in Manhattan,
Oh my
you
God.
know how the white people walk down the street and bump you, don't say sorry or turn around and say excuse me.
It's not white people. No, it's not white people. It's the Latin do it. The Chinese do it. You ever been in the train? You ever been in the train in New
you're
York
saying
City?
you're offended? Are you offended when they do
But that's
that?
just New
One of my
York,
friends
though.
No.
Right? You're a female.
They
You
not
come to New
They
York
all
City,
do that.
let one of them
They-
bump you to the point where you almost fell in the street or fall on the sidewalk.
That
And
happened
then
to
tell
the
you
elder.
they ask you the same question. And they
That's
don't tell
just
I
you
don't
New
understand your
York.
point. That's part of the
What's the
culture.
point?
I just said that instead of saying good morning, we say F you to each other.
Yeah,
The
that's
F
New
you
York.
is
Maybe
a popular
because I
word.
have
That's like saying
respect for
hi.
people. That's the difference. I have respect for people. So I walk down the street and I'm bumping, I'm turning around and saying, you know what, I apologize because it's crowded. You know what I'm
Sir,
saying?
that
What's so
ain't New
hard?
York.
No, that's
sir.
no time. That's weakness. That's weakness. If you start to apologize, they be like, "Oh, look at this guy. He doesn't belong here."
You
You
can
have
That's
tell
what
that
you're
from
looking
his
for.
So what
accent.
the
He's from New York.
what the hell do you want? What is your issue?
I don't have
What's the
Exactly.
problem?
He act
What's
like
your
he
point?
from New
Okay,
York
then
City.
what's
He
your
from New
point?
York City. He know what goes
You're
on.
afraid to be
You
around
walk
white
through the
people.
street,
Is that
niggas
what
ready
you're
to shoot
saying?
you and kill you. You know what goes on in New York City. Don't do that. Come on,
What
stop
are
that.
you
Say,
talking
oh,
about?
that's turn around saying sorry. That's weakness. He know if you're from New York City, he know what's up. Come into the hood and bump somebody and say sorry. You going in the hospital.
Oh, you're talking about the hood. We're not talking about the hood. I thought
It
you
could
were
be
talking about
anywhere.
New York City. You're talking
Yeah.
about the boroughs. There's a difference between New York City and the boroughs. There's 5
Exactly.
boroughs, okay? And then there's New York City. New York City is the central of the world, practically. So that's where everybody mix. Now, if you're in Brownsville and you bump into someone, yeah, something's going to happen to you. You better say, excuse me or pardon me. You have to say, excuse me or pardon me. But if you're in Manhattan, nah, you don't have to do all
The
that.
same dudes in Manhattan ready to get it in. You know, if we from New York, we don't care where we at. We get it in anywhere. You know that. It goes down
Sir,
anyway.
if I have to hear from you.
Well,
It doesn't go down. It
exactly
doesn't go down
what is your
everywhere.
bottom
that's not
line
that.
The culture is
that
different. Every
It
borough.
ain't, it ain't where you from, it's where you at. I don't care
Oh
where
my
you at.
gosh.
know that.
I don't even get what your point is
I
anymore. But
don't
anyway,
either. I'm lost.
but
Look, my boy
Stop down on his own.
Because he keeps saying he's from New York, but I don't
where
get
I
it.
live at. I grew up with a bunch of black people, and now I live with I live around nothing but white people, and I don't feel no kind of way. I am who I'm, and they accept me for who I am. My dialect, the way I talk, the way I move, they accept me for who I am. I don't have to change. I don't have to do none of that. Now I had to clean up some of my language because I'm a big cusser and I offend somebody and stuff like that. And I might talk a little rough, but those who know me know me. That's just it. I don't have to switch up or code switch or like a lot of people do or whatever. And most businesses like my talking voice.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna ask you about that when you said code switching. I've noticed that too because when I'm at work, I talk how I talk when I'm at work and how I'm at home. So that's just me, period. But I was told by a friend who is no longer a friend. She was like, "Why are you code switching?" I'm like, "What is that? What is code switching?" I hear it a lot,
They
but
acting put that. Hi, how you doing?
I
Thank you
never
so
really
much.
understood. I never really
And then when you
understood
get off
it.
work, okay, B, what's up, motherfucker? Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
it is. That's what it is.
I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I didn't want
It's
to
like when
sound dumb.
you
I
don't talk,
really.
you change your whole dialect. You change
Please
your
don't think
whole.
I'm
So
dumb for asking that. I
that's
feel
why
dumb
Nikki
now.
say I'm fake because like if depending on who I'm talking to, I might come into my really nice voice, or whatever because that's what the person needed at the time, or whatever. So I mean, it's just
That's
the
whack.
way that you're talking,
Yeah,
the
that's
way
whack.
or whatever.
That's whack.
Honestly, I
In New
don't think
York
That's
I'm
City,
what
dumb
it
for
is.
New
asking
York,
that.
in New
If
York City,
I was
we
not
don't do
sure.
that.
I hear it a lot, and I never
That's whack.
understood what it was because no one really understood what I was trying to say when I would ask. So thank you for answering that because I was like, wait, what is code switching? Did I miss?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
It's like
expect that.
you talking Ebonics 1 minute, and 1 minute you're in the speaking voice, like, hi, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you? Like, that kind of stuff.
That's whack. In New York City, we don't play that at all. And the proof to that, my receipt to that is look at what came out of New York, Donald Trump. He just speaks the way he does, and he still got elected to be president. And he speak all crazy. So in New York City, yeah, we accept that, and people like it actually because you're keeping it real. You don't have to keep it fake. You have to change your tone or voice. They know who you are as soon as they see you. Then they know you faking it. They're like, look at this. He's trying to comply. So now they already see you as whack already. Be yourself. Nobody else has changed.
It's like the other thing is, and I've noticed this a lot, especially like in the work area, a lot of people will they'll change their ways for a job. Like they're not their authentic self. So it's like you can't really tell what's real and what's fake. And then when you come around them, it's like they're a different person.
But eventually it comes out. And eventually, if you start faking it, the truth comes out always. And they'll be like, oh, that's where the expression comes. Oh, he's showing his real color. That's where that expression comes from.
That's all not necessarily true, because if you're raised in multiple different ways, like for instance, I grew up in a Nigerian household. So when I'm with my parents, when I'm with Nigerians, obviously most of my Nigerian accent comes out. But if I'm around Americans where I was raised around, then I speak more just like them. And that's not even an intentional thing. That's just something that naturally happens. I think people forget that sometimes code switching just naturally occurs. It's not you intentionally trying to fit in and be accepted. It's just, okay, this part of me is coming out. Nobody is one kind of way.
Yeah, I agree with that because that happens.
I mean, there's a difference between being yourself and being professional. You want to be professional. It's different between being a professional and being yourself. Two different things, but you still have to be yourself. You're going to be polite. You're going to be professional. You're going to use the right words, what you have to do, but you don't have to change the tone of your voice and be like, hello, how you doing? You don't have to do all that.
But it happens naturally. It's not like you're doing it intentionally.
Yeah.
And sometimes depending on who you talking to, if somebody needs that, if somebody's in an irate position and they need that, they need for you to come down a couple of notches. I'm normally high strung. That's how I'm normally high strung. If I'm in a situation where that's not going to work, because the thing is, I need to get where you are, where you receive what I'm saying. If I'm high strung and you high strung, you ain't going to hear me. You're not going to hear me. So that means if I have to lower my tone, I have to change my tone in order for you to receive and understand what I'm saying and take it in, then I'm going to come down to the level that I need to.
Are you talking about in the
Well,
job?
it
on
could
a
be somebody
personal
in
level?
my family, it could be a friend, it could be somebody on here, it could be whatever. If you up there and I'm up there, how are we both going to hear each other?
And for me personally,
But we're not talking about screaming at people. You're talking about being yourself and not changing your tone.
I'm still being myself. It's just I'm still trying to get my point across. I'm still being myself, but I'm talking in a tone or in a way that you can understand what I'm saying.
Background noise, man, it's messing up the quality of the show.
I mean, I feel like yourself when you're code switching, it's just a different aspect of you. Like I'm not one kind of way all the time. I mean, I might still have my personality attached to, how I'm choosing to speak. Like, yeah, when I was working in customer service, I'm gonna have a more customer service kind of voice because that's the standard, that's a role I'm fulfilling. People are trying to get help and they feel more helped when you speak in a way that they're familiar with. Whereas if I'm talking to my friends, why would I mean, I'm not going to talk to people the same way at work as I am outside of work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, with me, I had to. No, I'm sorry, J. Rod. With me, when I moved from Cleveland, when I moved from Cleveland down to Dallas, I had to adjust to the Southern hospitality. So where I'm from, people ain't just if you don't know somebody, you just don't talk to them. Where I'm from, down here, somebody say, "Hey, what's up?" At first, I was like, "What's up with what?" I had no idea that they were just saying hello to me. So I had to adjust down here, but I can't change who I am. But I definitely had to adjust.
Right. People are some of their experiences. You know what I'm saying? So it's one thing if you grew up in New York all your life or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But people that have been around in other places, you're gonna adapt to those places. You know what I'm saying?
But I remember when I started high school. My real name is Miela, but no one knew how to pronounce it, and I was getting tired of having to pronounce my name, so I was just like, F it, just call me Mia, I don't care. My mom was like, I didn't name you Mia, I named you Miela. Why are you not telling these people? So I'm walking around with the name Mia. And my mom's like, I don't know a Mia, but I know a Miela. And so I would literally change my name because I was like, I did not love my name because no one knew how to pronounce it, no one knew how to say it. And my mom was like, but I didn't name you Mia. Why are your friends calling you Mia? And why are you like, and I was imitating in my mind on the person I wanted to be. I wanted to be white for the longest. I went into that phase in my life where it was like, I want to be white because white people accept me. Black people don't accept me because I can't understand why when I try to go into a black setting, I just don't feel like I belong. I feel out of place and I shouldn't feel like that in my own community. But I just did not grow up listening to trap music and bumping and I didn't grow up like that. Like that's just me. I know a lot of people grew up with like I did grow up with Biggie and like Tupac because my dad, but like that was it. I didn't really understand. I was like, I don't know. Like I just felt so out of place and so out of
So
touch.
you nervous? So you nervous around black people?
Yes. I'm not nervous around. I hate to say that, and I'm sorry. I really am. I just never really.
Suburban neighborhood community.
I live in a white neighborhood,
Yeah,
so
that's why.
yeah.
Yeah, she's a victim of the propaganda machine that all blacks are bad and crazy. That's all it is.
Hey,
Like,
people.
She's just a victim.
No, I
of
don't
it.
think
You
she's
the
a
wrong
victim.
person.
She got.
So we all
The one thing she
fall
is
to.
honest. The one thing what one thing is honest about what she said is if she comes into the hood, like let's say people from the suburban area, black people from the suburban area, and black people from the hood go to the same school, whereas junior high school. She likes the people that's from the hood, but if they take her back to their area, they will make fun of how she talk, how she walk, how she react to certain things, and they do make fun of black people from the suburban areas. The black people from the hood does that to the point where some black people that's from the suburban area try to fit in so much that they want to be like the people from the hood. Some, not all, but there are black people from the hood that make fun of the blacks who do not talk like them. That part she's not lying.
Nikki, what about the opposite?
Definitely.
What about if you got the opposite? What if you a black person and you're in a white space? Don't they make fun of you? Don't they be like, oh, do you like Tupac? Oh, do you like basketball? Ain't that the same thing? It's a question.
I grew up in a suburban area, and white people are
I
always
find it to be different.
really fascinated with how we acted. So, I mean, what actually happened is Hurricane Katrina happened. So, those black people who didn't grow up in suburban areas, they came over to the Texas suburbs, and they were the most popular people. So, I mean, I wouldn't say, and that's what's happening today on a grander scale. Who's keeping hip hop alive? You see a lot of white teenagers keeping hip hop alive. So, I don't think it happens in the flip as much as people would say it does. I think it's always the suburban black
people. It depends on where you're at. If that black person in the hood goes into predominantly white community, then yes, they can get that.
Yeah, I was like, someone in the comments, and someone said, you're too old to have this mindset. How though? Like,
She's speaking on
how?
her experience. This is her experience.
I suggest you read some books.
This is her experience, and until she comes out of it,
white people to learn about blacks that have never interacted with. See, the one thing that white people can do that black people can't do, white people can only live and work around white people, and there are small towns that's already like that in this country.
Yeah.
One thing black people can't do, you can't live around your own people and work for your own people. So the thing is, you can't tell
That's a
white
fact.
people. Yeah, you can't tell white people that never saw a black person in their entire life to say, "Hey, read a book about us." You don't like what they see in the media, so don't tell her to read books.
Red Wolf is like Red Wolf is really starting to piss me off. Miela, you know better. You want to ride that whole social media experience talking about.
Red Wolf could be a troll too.
Yeah, like
some trolls in there.
Well, here's my
it's
theory on
just
racism.
like
Period.
I've gotten so sick and tired of people coming from this rhetoric of like I even get it from people in my own state. Like, oh, why you don't want to hang out with us? Like, I don't know how to be in a black setting when it's not my family. If you're not my family, I don't know how to be around you because I'm not used to it. Like, I'm sorry. I'm
That's
not
weird.
really.
That's weird to me.
It's no, we're not going to attack
I'm
her.
not
That's not what
attacking
we're
her,
not going
but
to do.
how can you not feel
She's talking about her experience. If
But you
nothing
feel more
else, just
comfortable
sit
around
back and
white
learn
people?
from the opposite from someone who's dealing with it on another spectrum. Then it might be that way for you.
I agree. I agree. That's not weird. That's not weird at all. If you see my
This
name,
is her
it's
experience. You don't have this
yeah.
experience, so you can't
If you see
comprehend or
if you see my
digest it
name,
because it didn't happen to you. It's happening to her.
I said it. I said
I don't think
how you can feel more
that's
comfortable.
not weird.
Yo, one at a time.
The same way you feel uncomfortable around cops. You feel uncomfortable around cops?
So you the last person that said
or do y'all lie about
go
that?
outside. You scared to go around white people. Like you the last person.
That guy dropped down. It's a different guy.
If white people
I
don't
thought
like black
that
people,
was in that box. Okay,
No, the person who said that is Poet.
I'm still talking.
He's right here.
You can't.
Okay, well, I'm
That's
sorry
same
for calling.
dude, ain't it?
I didn't call her weird. I just said it's weird to me.
Yeah, that's
that
the
you're more
same dude.
comfortable. That you're more comfortable around the people that oppressed your people for years and still do it.
No,
Not really.
Oh man,
First of all, we in 2023.
You don't know how she grew up though.
No, we can't say that. We gotta stop talking like we're still in slavery today. We're not in
Oh no,
slavery.
we're free, but mentally, a lot of us are
Come on, the
still
host
mental.
talking. Hold up.
Why are you saying that you're a slave, man? Mentally, you shouldn't
Mental.
have a slave
I'm not.
mentality.
I'm all the way woke. Some of us still feel this way.
No, what you mean woke? If you woke, you would walk.
I know
around
what's going
and
on.
just know people for who they are. You wouldn't be woke.
I know what's going on.
Slave mentality, so you're not woke.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So
You tell me how many black people in your family are successful.
Like
A lot of white
come
people are.
the space that I come from.
Hold on.
No,
You
you
say
good.
you woke. Then where you woke? Where's all your black successors at in your family?
Are you talking monetarily or just mentally?
I'm talking to you. Talk about
my family got it going on. We all homeowners.
Okay, give us some successful family members in your family.
Well, it depends on your definition of success.
You tell me what it is.
A married couple raising a family when we're all from broken homes.
Beyond that,
let the media tell that.
Anybody can raise a family if you want to.
How many single?
Yes, they can.
Households
Just
are
because
here?
a lot of black people don't raise their family, that doesn't mean you can't. It's real easy to do.
So you putting it on. You got to be a millionaire to be successful in America now.
I asked you a question. Where is your successful black people in your family? Because you said that slavery and being oppressed. Who's oppressing you? You said you being oppressed. So in 2023, who's holding you back from being whatever? That's why
there's
I'm
still
asking.
policies against
I'm asking
black
who's
folks.
holding you back.
There's policies.
What policies? What policies?
You heard of redlining, the school system,
Okay, explain.
school pipeline.
Okay, you want to talk about redlining?
I work with kids.
Okay, hold on. Real simple.
Going on.
Come on, hold on. We gotta do one at a time. Redlining. Explain redlining to me, and then I'll give you my perspective on that.
It's easier to get a car loan than a house loan.
You said redlining
in certain areas. If they don't want you in this neighborhood, they're not going to
start with the redlining. Please blame. Where's the oppression in redlining? Please help me.
Okay, you're living in the fantasy world.
I don't live in the fantasy world.
If you think racism's over,
listen. If you're gonna listen in this space, if you're gonna blur out this shit, put a fact behind it. So, tell me more about redlining.
America wasn't built on racism.
That you're not explaining redlining.
Redlining.
You hear on social media, but you won't break it down. Just say you don't know.
I'll give you an example.
Redlining.
This older white lady, her father was in the service. He got the GI Bill. He bought a farm for $5,000.
Okay, GI Bill.
He passed it down to his family, generation after generation. You know this farm's worth over $1 million now. The same war he fought in, a black man fought in. He was not awarded the GI Bill just because he was black. Okay, so we still suffer the effects.
How long ago was this? What do you talk about? Name the person so we can pull that up.
Nikki, that's not redlining, by the way.
It's not. It's just an example.
That's why I wanted, because I'm trying to understand, like what he talked about. I wanted him to give me the redlining, because if you talk about pushing black people out of one neighborhood and push you somewhere else, black people don't own that property. That's why I wanted to go with you at, because you wouldn't talk about redlining. You didn't even bring up nothing about redlining.
How about gentrification?
You didn't even give example of redlining.
How about gentrification?
If you would have gave the right example of redlining, I would have asked you what black people own that property. You can't tell people what to do with their own motherfucking property. If you're damaging, if you're renting the space where these people are, right? Like we use Section 8. Let's say they want to tear down that Section 8 project and they want to build something else. Well, not one black person who lived in that motherfucking Section 8 project owns shit. So how you gonna complain about something you don't own? You can't tell the people who own property what to do with their property, right? Because you sure wouldn't want nobody to tell you what to do with your goddamn property. But you didn't give a prime example of redlining. So, anywho,
can I
let's
say
move
this?
on to the next one.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
Black people don't own shit,
Hey,
right?
hold on, let me talk.
Because black people don't want to own nothing, right?
I own my house.
Well, you own.
My dad owns his house.
So don't be talking about what black people be pushed out in redlining. You wouldn't be pushed out of it if you owned it. You can't talk about something that you're renting and then they want to do something with that area and you're mad because you got to move somewhere else. You should own it.
I got.
So you didn't give a prime example of redlining. So I guess you're not woke, huh? You're not really woke.
If you say so.
Well, obviously you're not, because you didn't give example of redlining.
You sound like you're making excuses for white folks. Like
I
it's our fault.
No, you're making excuses.
No, you act like it's our fault.
No, I don't need to act like shit. I don't need to act like nothing. I ain't Nick Tia. I'm who I am. But what you won't do is push that BS up in here without backing up with a fact.
It's real.
And you couldn't even give an example of redlining.
Do you know what's going on in Africa right now?
Yo,
you know what's going on in Africa?
Yeah, listen.
They are pushing the French out.
In my space, you're gonna be educated. In my space, you're gonna be educated.
I'm educating
you. If you don't like to be educated, then this is a wrong space for you.
I'm educating you.
No, you can't educate me because you couldn't even give example of redlining.
I'm past redlining, okay?
Well, I'm not, because you never gave an example of it. You can't come in my space and blur those things out without backing up with a fact.
Was America not built on racism?
Educated up in here.
Was America not built on racism?
I said what I said. You're going to be educated up in here.
Well, that's miseducation, if you ask me.
Well, obviously, you don't know no education because you didn't give nothing in education.
You need to read a couple books, man.
Well, how about this? What books you want to read? Hood books?
I don't read hood books. You don't know what I read.
Oh, well, obviously, you're not reading nothing educational.
Oh, my God.
Because you should have been reading something educational.
Have you read the new Jim Crow?
What the hell do I need to read about the new Jim Crow?
No, it's about the prison system.
Oh, the prison system. The ones that our black people participate to go in? That prison system. If you want to talk about anything, let's talk about our black people who participate in being part of it.
Why do people commit crimes?
You want to talk about that?
Why do people commit crimes?
Why don't you ask, why do our black people commit crimes?
Because they've been impoverished. We've been systematically put in that position.
So you mean to tell me that you don't want to work?
Black people.
You talking about in 2023? Black people are improper. So you're saying
because you're talking loud don't mean you win an argument. Okay?
No, first of all, I'm not loud. You obviously, just because you're talking low, that doesn't mean you're smart and wise.
I didn't say I was.
Okay, but then. So don't worry about the tone of my voice. This is who I am.
Black people.
How about this? We're in 2023. Please explain to me how are you impoverished and how you could be impoverished in 2023. In 2023, please.
Who's making all the laws?
Who? Well, you ain't making no goddamn laws. Only thing you would do is burn up some buildings. I don't do that.
You never see me out protesting. I
don't know you, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you just said it like you know me.
Listen, don't talk over me like that.
You ain't talking over me.
Listen, you ain't gonna gaslight or deflect. You ain't gonna be good at that. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You sound like you caping for white folks for real.
Oh. You sound like you're deflecting.
One at a
You're
time.
ignorant
One at a
hell, and you
time.
don't know how to have a healthy debate, and because you can't support it with a fact.
You getting in your feelings.
That's typical of an ignorant black person.
Oh, you calling me ignorant
Very
now?
typical.
That's funny.
Well, you're laughing, and I'm not laughing. I'm up here giving a fact. If you're going to say something, back it up with a fact, please.
Okay.
Don't
What is
make
our problem?
Insults,
What is
the
a black
insults
man's
ain't
problem?
showing no education. All you doing is showing insults, and you can't back up nothing that comes out your mouth.
Help me solve the problem.
So, as I was saying,
what's the plight of the black
me
man?
what is impoverished and how black people are impoverished today?
What is the plight of the black man? Help me.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Educate me.
Why are black people the ones who are participating in crime? Those are participants.
Okay. I work with kids, like I said, right?
Okay, you work with kids.
The kids that give me the most problems.
Why are you working with kids? Where are their parents?
The kids.
Where are their parents? Okay, where are their parents?
They're probably young. Their granny's probably 35. They don't have any direction. Okay?
Oh, so that has to do with the lack of parenting. That don't have nothing to do with no white supremacy. That's lack of parenting. Now, if we choose not to be a parent, then that's a decision we as an individual made on ourselves. That don't got nothing to do with white people, because white people didn't tell you to go lay down in the bed and go have children. If you can't take care of white people, didn't tell you to go do that. So that is an individual choice that we as individuals made.
So you blaming black folks for everything?
If you lay down and had unprotected relations with someone and then you can't afford it, that is your fault. That is no one else's fault but yours.
Okay, so here's my theory on racism, okay?
That racism got nothing to do with who you sleep with. So
white folks would have
racism
left
don't
us
have
alone.
anything to do with what you sleeping with.
If white folks would have left us alone and left us in
Well,
Africa,
who's left us alone? White
if
people.
they would have picked their own cotton and
White
left us alone,
people ain't fucking
we
with
would
me.
control all of the natural resources in
Let
Africa.
me tell you, what natural resources do you own?
If we stayed in Africa, we would control the diamonds.
What?
Oil.
You wasn't born in Africa, and then don't let me
Because
bring
we
the
were
Africans in here.
kidnapped.
Hold on,
We were kidnapped.
hold on. I got a large group of Africans. Do
We
you
were
want
kidnapped.
Hold on,
We've
do
been
you want
brainwashed
those
too.
Africans in here? Hold on, I do
Africans
have
sold their
Africans.
people
I do
too.
have Africans that follow me. Do you want me to bring them in here? Just say yes or no.
I don't care.
Because I can bring them in here.
I love Africans.
Oh, no, be patient. Do you want me to bring the Africans that follow me and I follow them in this space right now so they can tell you how they feel about black people?
Well, they've been brainwashed by the media too. They've been taught to hate
Brainwashed
ourselves.
by the media.
We
What
have
about
been
the
taught
ones
to
that
hate
live here?
ourselves. And you sound like a self-hater.
Okay, I don't need to be a self-hater. I own my shit. And I don't blame nobody on anything I did. That's a big difference. Accountability is a big thing. And you should own up to your accountability for anything you did wrong.
I'm accountable. Like I said, I take care of it. But I'm saying a lot of people don't.
Accountable for their actions.
I've never been a prisoner.
So
I've never been
how
arrested.
about
I don't
this?
have kids
The
all
one
over the
thing
place.
you don't want to do,
I don't have kids all
you
over the
don't
place.
want to go with the insults, because I can tell you I'm really good at that. And I just want to tell you, like, you get facts. You don't need to do no insults. I'm really good at insults. I'm so good at insults that y'all will shut my ass down. So we don't want to go there. Let's go with being educated and give a fact.
If you want to tear down a black man, go ahead.
Well, you're not a black man.
I'm not.
No, you're not.
That's what I look at in the mirror. I look like a.
Well, I don't know what you are. Just because you got color on your skin, that doesn't mean you're a black man.
I'm not blaming all black folks for their
I don't know
problems.
your background. I don't know what crimes you committed. I need to know who you really are. Because if you was one of those black men that sold to our own people, I would look at you as a Sambo. If you was one of those black men who left your baby mama and made her single mother, I wouldn't call you no black man.
Okay.
Okay. So
see, that's your preconceptions of all black men. You think all black men do that? Like I told you,
I don't know what kind of guy you
I own a
are.
house.
I don't know what kind of guy you are, bro.
But you putting us all in the same category.
No,
That's the same thing white folks do.
I said you. I didn't say me. I don't know what comprehension is key.
I've been talking. Let somebody else talk, because you just not getting what I'm putting down.
Like I said, I don't know what kind of guy you are.
I don't know what kind of woman you are, but what you telling me now is you don't like black men.
You the one that's trying to prove. You see the difference?
I said
you're
read a
trying
book.
to prove something to me. I'm not trying to prove anything to you.
That's just my point of view.
Okay, and it's my point of view. You asked me, are you a black man? I don't really know.
Do you know what's going on in Africa right now? They are kicking the French out. French, they have ruled 8 countries in Africa.
Stop deflecting and
I'm not
stay
deflecting.
on
This
topic.
is real. People are waking up.
No, we're not talking about
People are
nowhere
waking up.
else. This went from customer
People are waking up.
service to how people act in New York versus other places, and how one black person said how he feel working around white people. It's just weird.
Well, racism is worldwide. You know, you can't.
Well, racism is worldwide. That means black people ain't the only victims of racism, huh?
You're right, but the black man is the most oppressed.
So stop trying to be a victim of it.
Everybody beats up on the black man. Unless basketball, football. They love us when we play sports and entertaining. As long as you're entertaining them, they're cool.
To know your criminal background to see and determine what you have done in society to make yourself feel the way you feel.
So you think all black men are criminals?
I don't know what you are.
Is anybody else listening to this?
Everybody can hear very well.
Where's the men at? I don't have no support from my black men. Come on now.
Okay, I don't think
you're on your own. That's weird.
Yeah, she never used the word all, bro. She never said all. I'm listening real clear.
And I'm talking about you.
I'm listening real clear.
That's not educated. You think all men share one brain? Don't go there. We don't.
Listen, y'all caping for her now.
That's wild.
No, nobody.
Wait a minute. Wasn't you the dude that was scared to go outside? I don't consider you.
No, I ain't scared. I mean, I go outside every day. What are you talking about?
You said we're not on the same level.
I call racism out.
We're not on the same level.
Well, obviously you don't call it out because you haven't stopped it.
Man, that's bigger than me. And
when
we're divided, it's even worse. When we're divided as a people, you can't fight it.
Well, that will be depending on what type of guy you are. If we're divided by people,
you saw my name, poet. I write poetry. Everybody that knows me, they know what I'm on.
He a poet, and we don't even know it.
Hey, that's fine. Not yet. Maybe
that is hilarious.
Well,
Not he a
one day,
poet.
that'd be great.
Maybe one day you will.
I just
Well, I
think
want to
it's
hear about your
a
GI
little-
Bill thing.
I just.
Yo, see there's a motto here. Your job is just to piss them off, get them talking, arguing, and getting all their friends involved. Y'all can take it how you want it, getting gay and mad. It's all about ideas, and the good always outweigh the bad. Raise the flag, homie, take some fucking pride in that. We hate this fucking government, and ain't nobody hide that fact. It's a symbol of the freedom that they taking from your patriots, accustomed to the darkness they've been fading unto. From Lima to Cleveland, back to Toledo. These jokers, Heath Ledgers, you faggots is Jared Leto. Me amigos, all Devos. Shoulders got Doritos, hot Cheetos, Fritos, and those big ass bags of Tostitos. It's a party, y'all. Don't mind a little argument. We're all adults, it ain't no reputation tarnishing. Hypnotizing bitches like the slow jam bag. It's safety for no man, it's no man's land. We ain't dealing with your bullshit. Operator, hop out in a full kit. Got them things that go bang, ain't never out of range. Y'all should probably let me do my thing. Hot dang, yeah. We ain't really dealing with your bullshit. Operator, hop out in a full kit. Got them things that go bang, ain't never out of range. Y'all should probably let me do my thing. Hot dang.